All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive with me.
Always exciting to be back.
I'm really excited about this one because we're going to be looking at something so ordinary and yet so fascinating.
I think it's going to be a fun one.
This is just your typical everyday conversation about,
Dinner plans.
dinner plans, just deciding where to eat.
Yeah, something everyone can relate to, right?
Exactly. And it's so simple on the surface, just this back and forth. But when you really listen closely,
There's so many layers.
yeah, there's this whole subtle dance of communication going on.
Yeah, figuring out how to navigate preferences, without
Without being a jerk.
without being a jerk. Exactly. And I think that's what's so interesting about this particular conversation is how they managed to do that.
Yeah. I mean, Sarah is basically rejecting every single suggestion
She is.
that John makes, but she does it in such a skillful way.
Yeah. I mean, she's polite. She offers explanations.
It's almost like a masterclass
She really is.
in how to say no without actually saying no.
Absolutely. I mean, think about how often we struggle with that, right?
So absolutely, like when someone suggests something and you're like,
I'm not really feeling that.
yeah, and you don't want to hurt their feelings.
Exactly.
So tricky.
Yeah, Sarah, she nails it. And that little but she uses,
Oh, God.
it's like this brilliant little pivot.
Like a verbal cushion.
Exactly. Instead of like a hard no.
Right.
It softens the blow. It's like a redirection.
So, for example, when John suggests Italian, she doesn't just say "Oh, I hate pasta."
Right.
It's more like, not crazy about pasta tonight.
It's subtle.
It's so subtle, but it's important.
It is because she's expressing a preference,
Right.
not like a complete rejection of John's idea.
What do you think about that?
I think it's brilliant because it avoids making John feel like his suggestion was bad.
Exactly.
She does a similar thing with the seafood.
Oh, yeah.
When she mentions her allergy, she shifts the reason from I don't like it to I can't eat it. It's like taking the focus off of John and putting it on this external factor.
And then we have the cafe,
Oh, yeah, the cafe.
where she uses her past experience.
Food poisoning.
Oh, my gosh. I laughed out loud at that story.
Oh, it's hilarious.
She manages to, inject humor
Yeah.
into this, potentially negative experience.
I wonder, though, if maybe there's a pattern here with Sarah and the humor.
Oh, interesting.
Is she maybe avoiding a more direct conversation about what she wants?
That's a really good point.
It's something to think about, like, how often do we use humor
As a shield.
as a way to deflect.
That's a good point.
But back to John.
Okay, yeah, John.
He's like a champion.
He is.
He doesn't let any of these rejections get to him.
Not at all.
He keeps coming back.
Italian seafood cafe and then finally sushi.
He's determined.
Okay, but couldn't he have just asked Sarah what she wanted to eat?
Yeah, I mean, he could have.
Right.
But this whole back and forth,
Yeah.
it tells us so much more about them. It shows John's persistence, his genuine desire to find something that Sarah will enjoy.
I mean, you can tell that he really cares.
Oh, absolutely.
He's not just trying to get his own way.
Yeah, and it shows that he's flexible. He's adapting to each new piece of information.
That's a really good point. I mean, his resilience is kind of admirable.
It really is.
It's like a lesson in negotiation.
Exactly.
So, we've seen both sides of this coin, right?
Uh-huh.
Sarah's masterful, polite rejections.
Yes.
And John's persistence and problem solving.
Yeah, and it all happened in this seemingly simple conversation.
About dinner plans.
Exactly. Who knew?
I love it.
It makes you think, right? How much do our everyday choices reveal about us?
Yeah, even something as basic as what we want to eat.
Absolutely. Do our preferences tell a story?
That goes beyond just
What we like and dislike.
exactly what we like and dislike.
It's food for thought.
Literally.
Literally food for thought.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
Until next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.